Today, I'm going to be talking about David Berkowitz, also known as the son of Sam. In 1976 is when normally it would be couples would end up being shot at. They were normally just in their car, just talking, and then they would be shot. And normally the girl would have dark hair, but there was once where, and it was only one time where the girl actually had blonde hair and her name was Stacy. And it was her and her boyfriend, it was their first date together. And they were just in their car talking when they were both shot. Stacy wouldn't make it. The boyfriend luckily did make it, but he lost his eye. There were two friends that were just sitting in their car talking, and they would have felt safe because they were at home when someone would come up to them and shoot both of them. And one of the friends got out of the car screaming because even though she had been shot, she was still able to try to go for help, and the dad come out and he rushed both of them to the hospital. His daughter wouldn't make it though. The friend though that got help, she did make it. And David would also kill dogs. His neighbor, whose name was Sam, he would kill his dog. And David would write letters to the FBI, and he liked to write letters. And in the letter, he would talk about how his name was the son of Sam, so that's how he got his name. And he would talk about how that he needed blood and that he was getting old. And he said that if the police basically caught him, they should shoot him. So the FBI is really trying to catch him because he's getting worse, and a lot of couples around that time in the 70s in New York were being targeted, and they were scared. A lot of people were scared to go out because of what was going on. And there was one couple who they just went out to, to have a fun night, and when they went to their car talking, their window broke, and they thought that somebody had threw a rock in the window. But they didn't know that it was actually a gun. And the girl, she wasn't shot. She just got hit from the glass from the window. But the boy was shot. And luckily he would survive. But at first, like I said, he had no clue that he was shot until they went back to where, they were dancing and stuff, and they had realized that he had been shot. Two friends who were just on their way home were walking home when a guy come up to him asking for directions and shot both of them. And the sad thing is, one of the friends didn't make it, and the other was paralyzed, but she would still survive. And they had the Son of Sam task force. So they were doing everything. They were trying to catch him. And the victims, it was hard for them to give a description because a lot of times they didn't see him. His luck, though, would run out because he would get a parking ticket close to where victims were. And so, because of that, the police would go and they would look in his car and they would find evidence to arrest him. And they waited until he come out of his house and they got him. And when they got him, he asked them if they knew who he was. And they basically said, well, who are you? And he told them that he was the Son of Sam. He still today is in prison. And he gets letters. And he says that he's turned his life around. But when he's interviewed, he doesn't really talk a lot about the victims. But that is the story of David Berkowitz. Thank you guys so much for watching.